as I see it. Class warfare, the only resort to right-wing doom. The book is an easy read. For those who are very politically aware, it will not disappoint. For those who are not very politically aware, it will actually open their eyes to a lot of things that they didn't quite think about just arbitrarily listening to sound bites on TV. I wrote this book because I thought that the narrative from the right was becoming dangerous for the average American. You see, sound bites are pretty good, but sound bites do not make policy. And the policy dictated by the sound bites we hear from the right are actually detrimental to the average American. The problem is that solutions are poorly expressed as sound bites, and listening for these solutions tend to bore people. The book also attempts to illustrate how our media either directly or indirectly has been complicit in allowing politicians and corporations to take over the narrative that actually works against the interests of the average American. I tried to take the sound bites articulated on the right, contrast them with the effects that they actually have had on policy over the last 30 years to show the damaging effect. I then try to put the policies that President Obama and many others have articulated in the total context of how it actually affects the country, how it actually affects the individual, how it actually affects the corporation. Only when put together in such a manner can we actually make an educated decision as to whether we want policies that are more individual-centric or more corporate-centric. Individual-centric requires a good balance between government and corporation, something that we don't have right now. The policies on the right really leaves no room for the average American to grow either in income or wealth. This is not conjecture. From the book, one would see that it's proven that these policies over the last 30 years have resulted in the decrease in wealth of the average American, meaning the bottom 95% of Americans, as well as the decrease in income. Moreover, these policies have actually effected the transfer of employment out of this country. It is for this reason that if going forward we continue to maintain the types of programs, the types of corporate policies, we will not be able to sustain the standard of living that we've had as Americans, because by definition it will be necessary for our standard to fall to that of the people we've outsourced our jobs to. That's a mathematical certainty. What I've done with the book is begin by walking us through the presidential elections since President Carter. We take the policies of each of these presidents and show the effect that these policies have had directly on people. We then dissect the economy into easily understood parts and what these policies specifically have had on these parts. Ultimately, the book attempts to present a solution that, if implemented, it allows any American to really live the American dream through free enterprise.